You can't seriously expect me to be served by someone like you, Chloe Williams sneered, glancing down at Maya with a look of pure disdain. Maya's eyes narrowed, her hand still holding the water pitcher, steady despite the venom in Chloe's voice. Chloe flicked her hand dismissively, signaling Maya to hurry, not even bothering to look at her directly. Maya, usually used to this treatment, took a deep breath, but today, something shifted. She placed the pitcher down with a soft thud, locking eyes with Chloe for the first time. "You'll regret that," Maya said calmly, her voice steady. Chloe laughed, dismissing her words. But Maya's gaze didn't waver. This would be the moment Chloe would look back on, realizing she'd made the biggest mistake of her life. Maya Johnson had been working at the Empire Grand Hotel for 2 years, and every day was a reminder of her place in the world. As a server, she'd learned to stay out of the way, keep her head down, and endure the endless condescension of guests who thought they were better than her. She was used to the whispers behind her back, the laughter at her expense, but something about Chloe Williams rubbed her the wrong way. Chloe wasn't just rude. She was dismissive in a way that made Maya's skin crawl. The wealthy woman looked at her as if Maya was no more than a part of the furniture, something to be ignored or ridiculed. It wasn't just today either. Chloe had made it a habit of treating her like she didn't belong in the same room. Maya had learned not to take it personally, but today, something inside her snapped. Maybe it was the way Chloe spoke to her, as if she were invisible, or perhaps it was the arrogance that poured out of Chloe with every word she spoke. Whatever it was, Maya wasn't going to let it slide. She had worked too hard, endured too much, and today, Chloe was going to learn that she wasn't as untouchable as she thought. Chloe's voice rang out, sharp and cold, cutting through the hum of the restaurant like a knife. "Is this the best you've got? I've had better service from a vending machine." She waved her hand dismissively as Maya stood frozen, the sting of the words burning her skin. The other guests at the table, clearly enjoying the spectacle, chuckled under their breath, exchanging knowing glances. A few leaned in, eager to witness the next round of humiliation. Maya's heart pounded. Her hands gripped the edge of the tray so tightly it was a wonder it didn't snap. Chloe, with her polished demeanor and icy smirk, didn't seem to notice the crowd's reaction to her cruel taunt. But Maya did. The silent judgment in the eyes of the onlookers hit her like a wave. Each chuckle, each sneer, a reminder of just how small Chloe wanted her to feel. The room was thick with tension, a palpable unease growing as the seconds ticked by. This wasn't just about a rude comment. It was about making someone feel so insignificant, so worthless, that their very presence was questioned. Maya's breath caught in her throat as Chloe's words echoed in her ears. The weight of the laughter from the guests, the sneers, and the whispers filled the air around her, suffocating her. She wanted to retreat, to hide in the shadows like she always did, but something inside her burned. Chloe's eyes, cold and dismissive, never wavered as she continued to toy with Maya, enjoying every second of the discomfort she caused. "Is that all?" Chloe asked, her voice dripping with contempt. "I expected better from someone in your position." Maya could feel the heat rising in her chest. She was on the edge now, pushed to the brink. Her hand trembled slightly as she gripped the tray harder, the silverware clinking faintly. The eyes of the room were all on her, and she could feel their expectation, their judgment. The pressure was unbearable, but the fire inside her grew. For the first time, she wasn't just standing there, absorbing the insults. She was standing at a crossroads. She had a choice: to continue to let herself be crushed under Chloe's arrogance, or to take a stand. Maya knew that if she backed down now, it would be the same as admitting to her own inferiority. She couldn't. She wouldn't. With a steadying breath, Maya met Chloe's gaze and finally spoke, her voice calm but firm, carrying more weight than she had ever intended. As Chloe prepared to unleash another insult, something shifted in the air. Maya's eyes, now unwavering, locked onto Chloe's, and for the first time, Chloe hesitated. The room fell silent, the weight of the moment pressing down on everyone. Maya stepped forward slightly, the steel in her gaze unyielding. "Are you sure you want to do that?" Maya's voice was calm, but the challenge was unmistakable. Chloe faltered for just a split second, her lips parted as if searching for the next insult. But then, instead of moving forward with her cruel words, she paused. The entire room seemed to hold its breath, the tension hanging thick. Maya stood there, not backing down, waiting for Chloe to make her next move. It was a moment of quiet defiance, one that spoke volumes without a single word being said. The silence in the room felt heavy, as if everyone was waiting for Chloe's next move. Her eyes flickered, momentarily confused, as she looked at Maya, trying to decide how to respond. Maya, standing tall, felt the shift in the air, a slight tremor of victory beginning to build inside her. She knew Chloe didn't realize it yet, but she had just made a critical mistake. Chloe, in her arrogance, had underestimated Maya's presence. What she failed to notice was the calm confidence that Maya now exuded. The way Maya stood, no longer bowing to the harsh words, no longer retreating, spoke volumes. It was a subtle but unmistakable sign that Maya was more than what she appeared to be. The restaurant guests were watching, the atmosphere thick with anticipation, and Chloe, once so sure of herself, now hesitated. Maya could almost see the wheels turning in Chloe's mind, the moment of realization creeping in. Was she just another employee, another faceless worker to Chloe, or was Maya something more? As the seconds dragged on, Maya kept her gaze steady, her expression unreadable. Chloe's smugness was slowly slipping, replaced by something much less certain. The sudden awareness hung in the air like a faint whisper. Maya wasn't just a server. She had something to offer that Chloe hadn't counted on, something that would soon be impossible to ignore. Chloe's confident expression faltered as Maya slowly reached into her pocket. The crowd seemed to hold their breath, their curiosity rising. With a deliberate motion, Maya pulled out a small badge, a symbol of authority that Chloe hadn't expected. It wasn't just any badge. It was a badge from a prestigious firm in the city, one that Chloe had heard of but never imagined someone like Maya would be affiliated with. Maya held the badge up for everyone to see, the gold lettering gleaming under the lights. Chloe's eyes widened as the realization hit her. The confident, arrogant woman who had belittled Maya was now confronted with a truth she hadn't seen coming. Maya wasn't just a server. She was a highly skilled consultant, someone with power and influence that Chloe had dismissed too easily. For a moment, there was complete silence. Maya didn't need to say anything more. The truth had been laid bare. Chloe, now visibly shaken, found herself at a loss for words. The crowd around them reacted, murmurs of disbelief rippling through the room. Chloe's posture sagged as she understood her mistake. She had underestimated Maya, and now it was too late. As Chloe stood there, her face pale with embarrassment, Maya turned and began to walk away, her head held high. The whispers in the room grew louder as Chloe realized her arrogance had finally caught up with her. Maya, once a mere server in Chloe's eyes, had revealed the truth, her power, her knowledge, and the respect she had earned. The crowd's reactions were a mix of awe and disbelief, but Maya didn't care. Chloe, on the other hand, was left to face the consequences of her own actions. The feeling of shame settled in as the once confident woman was now forced to acknowledge her mistake. Maya had taken the higher road, and in the end, karma had done its job.